I'm Erica Cody, I'm 22 and I'm a singer, songwriter, producer from Dublin. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a vet. I loved animals, I loved anything to do with animals, I loved the thought of helping animals. So I 100% wanted to be a vet. And then as soon as I got more animals as I got older, I realised I couldn't see them in pain. So yeah, music took over. I think in terms of my career, music was something I definitely wanted to focus on when I got injured playing basketball. I grew up playing basketball and team sports like my whole life, so it was always the two that I was juggling. So I was always juggling basketball and then I was always juggling music. So I found that once one was taken away from me, I had to focus on the other. And I was always in a rock and a hard place when it came to the two of them. So I always knew music was something I wanted to be a career. And I think it was a blessing in disguise when I got injured playing, so. My strengths in my professional career definitely has to be ambition, determination, and just trying to stay positive, because there's a lot of people that will say no and they won't like what you're doing, but you have to take it constructively and make it into something positive, and it'll only make you get better. Because growing up playing team sports all my life, I was always highly competitive, and for me, I was only as good as my last game, so I always try and interpret that into my career, I suppose. It's just something that's been instilled in my mind since I was a kid, so I think that's what kind of keeps me going when it comes to music. The relationship with my mum is super important. You know, I've been her rock for a lot of years and she's been my rock too. I think having seen your parents go through something like cancer, it really kind of teaches you to not take life for granted, and she's taught me how to stay grounded, especially being in the industry that I'm in, so I'm blessed to have her. How I got to where I am in my career today was just a lot of hard work, self-belief, determination, and being that person who will knock on every single door to make sure somebody will know my name. But self-belief is 100% a big thing for working in the music industry, because if you don't believe in yourself, it's very hard for other people to believe in what you're doing. So here we are. It's really important to have strong desire in your life, just because I feel like if you don't have desire, then I don't really feel like you might know where you're going or what you want from life. So you always have something to work towards when you have a desire. I am willing to go above and beyond. This career path changes every single day, so you have to be able to kind of think fast, act fast, and want to excel more. I always want to exceed every expectation that I give myself, while staying so positive. Staying motivated in the music industry, you have to work 10 times as harder that you were working last week, always staying on top of things. And I think how to stay motivated is kind of going back to what I said before about playing a team sport, as you're only as good as your last game. I wouldn't even say I feel pressure, but I definitely keep myself motivated that way, that I'm only as good as my last show or I'm only as good as my last song. So it constantly keeps me motivated to want to work harder and work better. I think in any industry, there's always going to be people who have to say something or want to influence you in some sort of way. But I think within this industry, you have to kind of have blinkers on and not get too caught up in what other people are thinking and doing. Otherwise, you'll kind of lose track of yourself. So for me anyway, I know it's really important to just not pay too much attention to what's going on in other people's lives and careers. The advice I have for people to break into the music industry is just stay patient, and be ready to hear the word no. And not everybody will, I suppose, like what you're doing, but at the end of the day, if you have self-belief and the determination, it's more than possible to just keep working as hard as you possibly can. I think for any artist, when it comes to that moment in your career, it can really vary. Like some people's is winning a Grammy, some people's is winning a VMA or performing at the Brits or whatever the case may be. And for me, it's just knowing that I'm stable in doing what I love and I'm sharing the right message, and people, I suppose, love what I do and they can hear what I'm trying to say in my music. Because why I started making music in the first place was to send a positive note on my struggles so people could interpret it into their own struggles, I suppose. And so they can relate in different ways. So if I write about my relationships, like that could resonate with somebody else's relationship, I suppose. But really just, it's not really about awards and streaming numbers. It's more about where I'm going in life, and as long as I'm happy and I'm mentally healthy and I'm feeling good in myself and people are loving my music and I'm in a positive space, that's what I want to achieve, I suppose. I'm so proud of the Irish music industry now because it's in such a healthy space. Everyone's really happy to see everyone doing well. It's not as competitive, I suppose, because with the likes of streaming now, it's a lot different to when it was 10 years ago. So it's not as if everyone's kind of competing against each other to like get the #1 album or get the #1 single. It's more so just, it's a really, really beautiful place to be in at the moment, and having so much support from other musicians that understand what you're going through. Because we've all been there, we've all started from something, so we all kind of can relate with each other when it comes to each other's struggles. So it's great. If you're in Ireland, I feel like there is a cap. You can only do so much. Once you set your base here, you have to want to spread your wings and fly. At some point, I will definitely love to get over to the States and the UK and try and build my base there too. Because as an artist, you're constantly growing. The industry is constantly growing too, and there's something new every single day. So if you want to be successful in what you're doing, you have to be willing to, take the leap of faith. I think definitely my self-belief and kind of not stopping until I kind of got to where I wanted to be today. I'm still not where I want to be, but I'm getting somewhere, and the hard work that I've put in over the last couple of years have just kind of come to life. And I think when you have so much self-belief, you kind of think that other people won't believe in you, but it's the more that you keep trucking on and making people believe your story makes everything worthwhile. I really don't know where I see myself in 5 years. I could be anywhere in the world. Hopefully I'd love to be touring, and just happy, really just happy. I don't like putting kind of caps on things and kind of, where do you see yourself in like 10 years, 5 years? Because I really don't know. But I suppose with that question, I think to just be happy, healthy, have a healthy mind, have healthy relationships, and someday have a family. That's a massive desire of mine, and have a really successful career.